These are actually pretty accurate because the 18-week grade will not be posted for another 2 weeks.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
So these are accurate.
Thank you, Ms. Campbell. Okay. All right, and so moving on, so what we did was we just kind of looked at one goal, and that's the goal that's highlighted, that first goal for AJ, and we, he has a lot of language goals. We actually have number 4 highlighted as well, so that kind of gives you more leeway, but language is what students of, other language that speak other language first need more of, and so I figured this would be a good idea. And so down here, Ms. Thompson, we see that we see the actual data reporting from the progress, and you talked about carrier phrase and regular past tense types of things. So what's a carrier phrase? Could you explain how would you use that?
Yeah, so the carrier phrase is just like an easy repetitive phrase that he can throw this kind of information in. And so we do today I, yesterday I. So, today I played, yesterday I played.
Give me 1 second. I think it's sliding. First part, is it sliding?
It is.
Okay. Excuse us, Dr. Evans. Okay, we're not good at this technology. We got our beans holding it up. All right, Miss Campbell, can you come in a little bit? Okay.
Whew, close one.
She's very understanding. So I've enjoyed her. So the carrier phrase piece, you were explaining it, I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry. So like for this one particularly, we normally use the today I, yesterday I, but it's kind of just something easy, like kind of rote that they can kind of throw that kind of stuff in. A lot of my kids with multi-word utterances, will be like, I see a what, or she has a whatever. Just kind of building on their utterances, but this is the one we typically use for them.
Okay. And so the next one was LZ, making predictions and inferences. And so, the activity that we chose to use was the inferencing skill strips and things like that. Do you think the skill strips are probably easier and quicker for them to use than a whole piece of paper where you're just literally reading?
Yeah, Louise is definitely a lot more responsive to that.
Yeah, you kind of...
Versus like, we're going to read a story, now you can make inference about that, versus like, you're a detective, here's this little couple sentences, you figure it, you know what I mean?
I think with the whole page, especially for language learners, when you have a whole page, it can be a little overwhelming, especially if reading is not your best subject. If you're a struggling reader, a little bit goes a long way. That's why covering it up or cutting up the strips of paper, I think that's very effective.
And so do you feel like in your position, are you really able to do a lot of that? Maybe when you pull them from time to time.
I do a lot of covering up.
Okay.
So I may take a sheet of paper, or I may take something that I could just block the paper off.
Okay.
Especially if I'm working with them one-on-one or in a small group where we have to complete a certain task, I can modify it by just covering it up. So that works.
Okay. That makes sense. So the next student we worked on was just simply describing common objects and events. That actually, when we looked at the baseline for these students as well, the baseline usually IEPs run for an entire year. And I feel like if a baseline is 50 starting last spring, even when we come in August, a lot of these kids are already way past that, and sometimes hopefully it's accurate as possible, but who knows. But by August, he was already at 60%. By September, he was at 60% again, and then he moved up to 70%. And so I feel like, we can see more movement when we're working on these individual goals in speech because we hammer it. We're able to hammer it.